Hi, I'm Rev Myron. I'm a minister through Pathways of Light, and I've been a Course in Miracles student for 43 years. I'm going through the lessons again this year, asking Jesus to clarify for me, and then I write from that clarity. And that's what I'm sharing with you today. So before we get started, I'd like to ask that if you find this helpful, please like it. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. That would be very helpful. Okay, so let's get started. We're on lesson 349. Today, I let Christ's vision look upon all things for me and judge them not, but give each one a miracle of love instead. So I would liberate all things I see and give to them the freedom that I seek. For thus do I obey the law of love and give what I would find and make my own. It would be given me because I have chosen it as a gift I want to give. Father, your gifts are mine. Each one that I accept gives me a miracle to give. In giving as I would receive, I learn your healing miracles belong to me. Our Father knows our needs. He gives us grace to meet them all. And so we trust in him to send us miracles to bless the world and heal our minds as we return to him. How do I liberate all things I see? And liberate them for what? From what? I stop judging them and give them love instead. It's that easy. I had judged a situation in my life as unwelcome and then realized that all things are ultimately for my good as they are reinterpreted by the Holy Spirit. I know this is true because I have had many difficult problems, and whether they turned out the way I wanted them to or not, working through them helped me grow. So I've gone from unwelcome to helpful. It is teaching me that I can always go from fear to love. I waver in this shift still because fear still attracts me, but that is why this situation is valuable. It offers me the opportunity to stabilize my decision. I really do love that I'm learning this all important lesson, and so love the problems that arise for me to use for that purpose. When I balk at loving the situation, I thank the Holy Spirit for this opportunity and ask for his help. This smooths the way for an inevitable shift in thinking. I am sometimes asked how I forgive something I really don't want in my life or something that scares me. I understand this question because I've been puzzled about this myself. It used to seem counterproductive to love what frightened me. If I loved it, wouldn't that bring more of it into my life? Wouldn't I hold it closer if I loved it? The ego argued that fear was my friend. It kept me safe. I have discovered for myself that fear is not helpful. And in fact, it is fear that keeps me in hell. And strange though it seems, loving something frees me from its influence. Here's an example. When I divorced my husband, I was still angry with him and judged his past actions harshly. I knew, though, that I had to forgive if I ever wanted peace, so I began that process. It took a while to convince myself that I couldn't trust my judgments, and even longer to convince myself that I wanted to love him. I finally realized that I was afraid if I didn't hold my resentments close, I would give in to his desire to remain married. Once I saw that belief, I knew it wasn't true, and that it was just ego trying to convince me that fear was my safety. I let go of my judgments, and I was free from its influence and at peace. As we give, we receive. This is the law of God, and so it is always true. If I give judgment, I will be judged. I will practice non-judgment every chance I get. Sometimes it happens in an obvious way, as it has with my current issue. Other times, judgment occurs uh, casually in conversation or in the endless chatter of the mind. When I notice this has happened, I recognize that I don't want to continue this, that it is detrimental to my well being and to my awakening. And what is detrimental to me is detrimental to all. There are miracles to be had, and all I have to do to receive them is be willing to give them. But I must be willing for everyone to have them, even if that seems counter to my own good. I've discovered that grace gives to all equally, even when I can't imagine how that could be. Faith steps in to cover my lack of understanding, and trust keeps me on the path to awakening for myself and all of us. So I practice this as it comes up in my life. When I notice judgment, I recognize I don't want to continue it and I ask for help. I stop judging and give love instead. This smooths the way. Loving something frees me from its influence, and I feel the peace that follows. There are miracles to be had, and I am willing to give them. Thank you so much for joining me in this reading. I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, well, come back tomorrow because I'll have another one for you. See you then.